ahead and give it an eyeball. If you have a torpedo level, you can go ahead and put your torpedo level on top and level off the tripod. Go ahead and keep your two hands on it while you place it on top of the tripod, or you secure the tri-bracket to the top of the tripod. What I like to do, I like to spin the tri-bracket around so the bubble is facing me. Make sure it's secure, nice and tight. Then I'll spin as you can see, the screens on the front. I'm going to be needing to look at that to do all the leveling steps, so I'll face that towards me. Put my antenna out, flip the Trimble symbol so you can read it. You should be able to read the model number and the Trimble symbol on the front. And then I'll go ahead and level up the tri-bracket, start leveling it. Right now the bubble's favoring towards my right hand, so I'm going to go counterclockwise and go down on it. And I'm going to go ahead and get that bubble to the center of the circle. That's pretty close. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the battery holder and go ahead and place the battery with the contacts up. Make sure that thing's closed all the way. I got a power button on the left side. I go ahead and press that one time. The green LED indicator light will illuminate so that you can see that the robot is on and the battery is charged. First of all, when it turns on, it'll have a countdown from 10. I'm going to want to head and hit the enter button on the right before the countdown's complete so that I can level off the robot. First setting is 1 in 250. Right now it's already pretty much center, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the next setting. 1 in 100, and I'm going to get that back to center. That one's set. I'm going to go ahead and get to 1 in 10, set that back to center. Okay, that one's done. So then once I'm done with that, I go ahead and hit exit. And now I'm ready to go to my tablet. I'm going to let that countdown go down to 0, and it's going to automatically, it's going to want to be ready for connection. And what will come up is the channel and network ID. And right now it says waiting for connection on the screen. Those channels are specific to this robot. It does not have to doesn't have to match up with anything else but this tablet. It's not related to anything else but the tablet. And you should always check with other contractors to see if their robots have matching numbers. It's rare, but it can happen. While this is loading, I'm going to go ahead and put my prism on top. This is the MT1000 multi-tracking prism target. It has an internal battery that gets tracked by the robot. And there's 8 channels on here. I'm going to pick channel 3 because that's what's on my settings. As you can see, the LED, the laser diodes are illuminated, which helps the laser from the robot track onto the prism. The MEP, the Trimble Field Link program is open now. First I'm going to go ahead and load my file. So I'm going to go to the tool ribbon, which is the Trimble icon. Go to my jobs folder. I'm going to manage my jobs. And I am going to open up the UA Trimble training file, which we're using to lay out in this classroom setting. I'm going to open it. It says loading CAD file. UA training file.tfl has been opened. Okay. I'm going to go back to the tool ribbon, go to my jobs again, and I'm going to import my background. And there's my background, UA Training 2D DXF. Now I'm going to import it. Hit import. Okay, my file has been loaded. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect to my instrument. I'm going to select the robot icon, which has an X over it, indicating that it is not connected to the tablet. And I'm going to double check my model number. It's a RTS 773 radio, and the channel network ID I know already matches, but I'm going to go ahead and look on the robot, and it says RTS 773, which is correct. It matches, so I'm going to go ahead and connect. Connected, initializing instrument. It means it's connecting to the robot.
No target.
Yeah, right now it has an in-service date telling me it's the calibration date is past due, but it's fine. This is just a training tool.
Target. No target.
All right, so as you can see, well, we leveled off the robot. We got about 10 seconds on the training on. It's totally acceptable. It's fine. I'm gonna check my target type. MT1000 is exactly what I'm using. It's in passive right now. I'm gonna change that to active, and I'm on channel 3. And now I'm going to change my EDM mode, which is my measuring mode, to standard, also known as high precision. I'm gonna close all these windows. I'm gonna go back to my tool ribbon. I'm gonna go to layout, and I want to set up my instrument. Did I run out of memory? Maybe. Oh no, I don't know. There you go. And now I'm going to select the controls that I want to measure to establish a location on the job site. Known location obviously would be if I place the robot on top of a control, or known location, which I'm not. I'm setting the robot anywhere for my convenience. And I'm going to go ahead and place it over grids 7 and A. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in there. To 7 and A. I'm going to select it. Okay, it's in where I need it. And I'm going to go ahead and walk over to my control. Place it right over the top of the control, 7 and A. That's okay. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I always know that my rod is plumb beforehand. I'm gonna make sure it's calibrated before I get on the job, or if I have a jig at the job, I'm gonna make sure it's plumb and the bubble. And now I'm gonna bubble up, make sure my bubble's in the center. And I'm gonna open up my robot menu because my target does not have line of sight with the robot. So I'll go ahead and direct it over here with these cursors. Okay. I'll try and hit search, see if I can get on the search button and looks like it worked out just fine. So I got the target, it has line of sight, it has visual of the target, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot this first control. Now I have my first measurement. Automatically the second measurement option comes in. Now I need to select the second point. This is 7 and B. Go ahead and select 7 and B and move over to 7 and B, put it on top of the control. And level my rod back up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot now, measure the second control. Okay, second one's measured, but I've taken 2 measurements so far, and I don't have my my radius or between 45 and 135, so I need to measure a third control. So I'm going to go ahead and measure 7 and C. Zoom in, get a little closer. Okay. I'm all leveled up. 7 and C is highlighted, ready to shoot. I'm going to shoot it. Okay, my instrument position is within 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to accept that. And I'm going to name my instrument. Okay, and then hit OK. And now I'm going to change my measuring mode, the EDM mode, from standard back to tracking. And I am going to go to the tool ribbon and go to layout again and go to layout points. And now I am in the points tab. I'm ready to create my list. So normally I would zoom out so I can see the whole map and then hit the crop box so I can highlight all of my work. And then I click and drag across the whole map, highlight all my points, create a list to work off of. And now that my list is created, I'm going to go to the layout tab and proceed to lay out points on the deck. All right, so get some hangers right here. So I selected a point, and it's directing me where to go. I can either choose to read the top bar up here, and I can expand my map. And then I can also go to the bullseye and just go straight to bullseye mode. Start walking towards the instrument. All the dimensions given to me, all the values are reading facing directly towards the robot. It's telling me to go 1 foot 7 inches forward, 4 inches over, and that's just going exactly towards the robot. As I'm moving forward, I'm moving my rod, but I'm also keeping it level and looking and making sure that bubbles in the center. And once I'm where I want to be, I'll make sure. Once I'm close, I look at the bubble, make sure the bubble's good, and if I still have to make adjustments, I'll make adjustments while I'm here. So I have to move the hair back. I'm going to go take a measurement. That one's cancel. Alright, so I took my first shot, and it was good. It was within 0 feet, so it was a good shot. And right now, store and nearest is underlined and highlighted, so all I gotta do is hit this button again. It's gonna take me to the next point that's available to lay out. And I'm just gonna keep on moving. Obviously, I'm gonna get down and mark my point though when it comes up. Alright, I would normally do this. I shoot it, and then I already know I'm good, so I would push down on my punch or scribe it, and I would already hit this because now it's already ready to go to my next point while I'm marking. So by the time I get back up, all I'm doing is just starting to walk again. So I'm saving time and by just already having it ready to go to the next point. I'm just going to repeat that process over and over about 580 times. And that's it. That, like I said, proper disconnection. Once you're done with your layout, you just go over to the robot tab and go to connection if you're done for the day, and go to disconnect and hit disconnect, and it would disconnect. And if you want to also give a report to your supervisor, I would go back to the tool ribbon, go to reports, a daily layout summary. And there's a calendar right here. If you had laid out this same deck for a couple days, depending on which day, you would obviously go to the calendar and pick the day that you laid out. It's only one day here, so and then you hit save. And it's already created one, but I'm going to overwrite it and say yes. And it creates a PDF for you to email. Has time that I started, how many points. It was average points per hour 30, number of points laid out 2, and it gives you the point numbers you laid out. Also gives you a tolerance, and gives you the, if you go all the way down, it tells you all the points you laid out and what the tolerance was within 1/8 of an inch, 0, right on the money, all the good details, and that's it.